So as we have already seen many of the characteristics in cloud computing as pay as you go, resource pooling, that is availability of resources. Then we have many more like scalability. Then you have security, you have broad area network, and many more. So among those, we have one of the major ones, that is elasticity. And elasticity in cloud computing helps it to make it so popular, right? So let's understand first of all what is elasticity in cloud computing. So if you all know that elasticity, apart from cloud computing, if I talk only about the word elasticity, so it comes from the word elastic, right? It comes from the word elastic. What is elastic? Elastic is what? Elastic is it can fit into any size. That means it can shrink and it can expand. So that is the main characteristic of elasticity. That is, it can shrink and it can be expanded according to the needs. So one size fits all. You can define it as one size fitting all, right? So what is this in the concept of cloud computing is, it is the same way. So first of all, let's see what it as. Elasticity is defined as the ability to grow or shrink. So the two words which I already defined, expanded or grow and shrink. But I am here talking about the infrastructure or resources, right? So elasticity is the ability to grow or shrink the infrastructure resources dynamically. Now, this particular term is again important. Dynamically means change with the time. Dynamic is whatever is changing with the time is dynamic. So these particular infrastructure resources can be expanded or grown or shrink according to the time change and as needed to adapt to workload changes in an autonomic manner. Autonomic manner, we have already seen and understood what actually autonomic systems are. And in this way, what we can use, we can maximize the use of resources. That means our resources can be used efficiently and effectively. Efficiently and effectively. These are the two words I will use. That is what the elasticity defines in the cloud. Now let's understand it in detail. See, with the help of this graph, we'll understand this. See, let's say this is a graph of, this is time and these are the provisioned resources. You can term it in two ways, either in terms of capacity or in terms of provisioned resources. What all resources are being provisioned. So let's say this particular dashed line is showing the resource demand. That means the need of resources. For a particular computing, I need this particular resources. This is my demand, right? And this strong line is showing as the supply of resources. So this is what? This is the supply of resources, right? Now you can see there are few things. That means you can analyze it here. There is this particular line, that is diagonal line in red color. What is this? This is showing that my demand is this, but actual supply is this. So here what I am having, I'm having under provisioning. Now what does under provisioning means? Under provisioning means the services are in overloaded state. I am not getting the resources according to the need of resources. The demand is very high, but the supply is low. So this is called as under provisioning, right? The demand is higher, but the supply is lower. So this particular is called as under provisioning. Now, moving further, as we are seeing here, this particular space is defined as over provisioning. This particular is called as over provisioning. This was under provisioning, and this is over provisioning. Now, what is this over provisioning? Over provisioning means computing resources are being wasted. Computer resources are being wasted. And when it will be wasted? When demand is less and supply is higher. I need these much resources, but actually I have these resources, these much, right? So here the supply is higher than the demand. That is why my resources are being wasted out here. And here I am short of resources. Here I am short of resources. And here I am wasting the resources, right? And you can see this particular peak, this is just in need. That means this is almost reaching the peak. That means the demand and supply is almost at the same pace. So we are understanding these particular two terms, under provisioning and over provisioning. Where over provisioning defines what? Over provisioning is when computing resources are being wasted. That means the supply is higher than the demand. What is under provisioning? The other end is when the services are in overloaded state. That means I am short of resources. Demand is higher, but the supply is lower. And this particular space which is in between, this is efficiently utilizing the computer resources. That means I am getting the same amount of resources which actually I need. So whenever we have a static amount of resources that is defined for a particular service, just listen, when I have a static amount of resources, static means it remains same always, but the need changes, the demand changes, but the supply is same. So there will be graphs which will have under provisioning and over provisioning. And whenever I have under provisioning or over provisioning, either I am wasting my resources or I am in short of resources, due to which I am not having the perfect performance for these services. So what do I need? I need to provide elasticity in my resource supply. That means if demand is higher, the resource should be provided at a higher level. And if the demand is lower, then the supply of the resources should be lower. So that means according to the need of the customer, the resources are being used or allocated to it. That particular is called as elasticity. So I hope these particular terms are clear to you. That is under provisioning and over provisioning. So elasticity tries to avoid these particular two things, that is under provisioning and over provisioning. Now, how elasticity is being defined? See, we have actual demand and the capacity, right? I've already told you that one is the time and other part is the capacity. So you can see that blue points and line is what? This is the actual demand and this is the capacity. So in week 1, the capacity is 5 servers and the demand is 2 servers. So what it is, when the capacity is 5 servers and demand is 2 servers, that means what it is there, under provisioning or over provisioning? We are having over provisioning. That means the resources are being wasted. 3 servers are being wasted. 3 servers are being wasted. Week 2, capacity is 4 servers and demand is 3 servers. Here, 1 server is being wasted. Capacity 6 servers, demand 5 servers, 1 server being wasted. So this is not much of wasting of services. So this is somewhere called as elasticity. That means providing the same capacity according to the demand. That is what elasticity is being defined. Now, this is what we called it as ability to provision or deprovision resources as and when required. whenever we require to provision the resources, it can be included, and whenever we require deprovisioning of resources or deallocating of resources, then it is provided accordingly. So this is how the cloud computing characteristic of elasticity works, and this is a very important feature of cloud computing, right? Now let's come to the theoretical part, like what are the definitions which are provided by different cloud providers. AWS, that is Amazon Web Services, defines elasticity as the ability to acquire resources as you need them and release the resources when you no longer need them. So it's very clear with the definition: the ability to acquire resources as you need them and release resources when you do not need them any longer. Next, Microsoft Azure. How does it define the elasticity? It defines the elasticity as the ability to quickly expand or decrease computer processing, memory, storage resources to meet the changing needs or demands without worrying about capacity planning and engineering for peak usage. That means without the worry of troubleshooting, without the worry of how the resources will be scheduled, how the capacity planning will be done, we can easily, or the customers can easily expand or decrease different resources, which can be processing, compute processing, which can be memory, which can be storage resources, any of the resources, right? That can be quickly expanded or decreased. So this is what the Azure, Microsoft Azure defines as elasticity. Now, use of cloud is elasticity. What it is executed properly. Capitalizing on elasticity can result in savings in its infrastructure and overall cost. That means, obviously, when I am not wasting the resources, what it is, I am including less of the cost. That means I have to have one-time infrastructure cost which is included, and I will use the resources according to the need of the customer, right? So the customer is going to use according to its need. Use of elastic services generally implies all resources in the infrastructure be elastic. So elastic, I've already explained, that is whatever the resources the cloud provider has in the infrastructure, they all should be elastic. That means this particular quality should be provided to all the customers regarding the all the infrastructures, which is not limited to hardware or software. It can be for any purpose, right? The only thing it should have the connectivity, right? So this is what the elasticity is, right?